Ignition.
Hi, this is Joel Persinger. I'm the Gun Guy. Thank you very much for all of your support on GunGuyTV. I'm very, very grateful for all that you do. Please don't stop doing it. Now, I do suggest that you follow us on either Twitter or Facebook or both, and here's the reason why. I get a lot of requests to get you up-to-date information on what's going on with the Second Amendment as far as news is concerned, like the things going on up in Virginia or whatever, and I cannot produce videos fast enough to do that to keep you up to date. So my cure for that, or my solution to that, if you want to call it that, is that every morning, at least Monday through Friday, I try to do it on Saturday too if I can, I get up early and I scan the internet looking for news articles or anything that might be interesting to you about the Second Amendment, and I post them on Facebook and Twitter. Now, I use a program to be able to schedule those so they dribble out throughout the day and I'm not just bombing your Facebook feed or your Twitter feed. But that way I can keep you up to date on what's going on without necessarily having to produce a video every day. So if you want to know what's going on with the Second Amendment, I urge you to check us out on Facebook and or Twitter and follow us in either of those places. That way you'll get that information every day and you'll know what's going on with the Second Amendment. After all, what the heck, I do the work for you. You might as well benefit from it. All right, what I wanted to talk with you about today was some fantastic grip options from Future Forged. I've had these for 4 months, I think, and I've run them on a couple of different rifles. First of all, I'm going to tell you something about these stupid things. They're incredibly strong, and yet they weigh next to nothing. Every time I pick them up, I expect them to float away. I mean, they're super duper light and super duper strong. I've had this one in Yuma. I think I had my CMMG 9mm conversion mag and upper on the rifle for a while running this. I really like this grip. This particular design has a tang on it that I like, and then it's only got the one finger groove and the rest of your fingers wrap around here. But very, very handy, very nice grip, very light, very grippy, and I'll explain that here in just a second. And then they do have these little attachments for your forend, so you get a grip on the bottom. I didn't put it on the rifle because I forgot to bring it with me. And it doesn't fit on this one. But they do have them for whatever mounting option type that you got, M-LOKs or whatever, okay? This one is very grippy as well, and it's made in a different style. It actually goes with the grip that I have on this rifle, which is my California test rifle. So this one has a comp mag on it, it's what they call it. It's meant for California rifles, and you load it from the side of the mag and pull this thing down and then let the spring go. It allows you to load the rifle and keep a magazine that is not detachable. It's physically attached to the rifle. So as a result, I can use this in California to test all the offending features California doesn't like because it doesn't have a detachable mag. It makes the rifle fairly useless otherwise, but at least it's good for that, and I can use it for that. Well, I put this grip on this rifle to test it and ran it on this rifle for quite a while. And I really like this one as well, but you'll notice if you look at the two grips side by side that the design is totally different. This grip on this rifle has finger grooves all the way down, and it's actually got a really neat color scheme to it. It almost looks like it's a laminated wooden stock type thing. I don't know what they're made out of, but they're very, very handy, very light, and super comfortable. Now, there's a couple things about them I found particularly unique. One is a skeletonized grip like this where it's got a hollowed out middle. I've played with a few. Some of them I don't like because the grip surface on the front and the back is kind of narrow, and I feel like I don't have a lot of grip in my hand. It feels like it's small. I'm a big guy, and I've got pretty good sized hands. And so as a result, when I grab this, I want something that feels substantial, and I feel like I've got a good purchase on the gun. These are real wide, front and back, and because it has this grip swell on the back of the grips, it really fills the palm of my hand. And honestly, when I grip it, it feels like the grip is actually bigger than it is. It feels like I've got more of a fill into my hand than I actually do. So it allows me to have this nice skeletonized grip, which really reduces the weight to next to nothing, and at the same time gives me the feel of a larger, thicker grip, even though it isn't. It's really kind of interesting. I don't know how they did that. The other thing about it is the texture on them. I don't know what they do or how they make them to texture them the way they are, but I played with them in the rain. We had a lot of rain lately. I played with them out in the rain, got the rifles all wet. You know, I'm a duck hunter. What do I care about the rain? I really don't care. And I got the rifles wet. I wanted to see, you know, could I grip them in the rain? And the answer is yes. You just don't lose any of your grip. You got a solid purchase on them. And that was the case with either of these grips. They both have a nice, really rough but comfortable texture to them. And again, I don't know how they do it. Now, they offered to do this for me, and when I looked at their website, it looks like they'll do it for you too, and that is they offered to customize the grip to my hand. I didn't have them do that just because of time and space and place, but now I kind of wish I had. Although these fit really well, I'd like to see how that works out. So check out their website if you think you might like to have one customized. I'm not sure how that process works or how they do it or what they require of you. I don't know. But it's worth checking out. Future Forged grips. These are, I think, the lightest grips that I've tried that are strong. And these things are, I mean, golly, they're tough, they're strong. You're not going to break them, and yet they're so stupid light. And I'll tell you, with ARs in particular, I like a light, handy rifle. I've got one that's heavy that I use for certain things, but really I like to keep the weight down on it because it's quicker to target. It's easier to swing from target to target when I'm shooting steel or whatever. I just really like them light and quick. And so everything you attach to it, by the time people attach all the goodies to it, they get pretty heavy. So every little ounce that you can strip off of it and still make it very functional, for me, is very positive. Like, for example, the four-end handguards and all that kind of stuff, those can all be lightened up quite a bit. The barrel can be lightened up quite a bit. You can still end up with a very comfortable rifle and a very good rifle, very accurate rifle. But then you can also lighten up the grip with something like this. So I urge you to check them out. Really a terrific product. I don't have any negatives to share with you about it. I wish I could come up with a negative for you. I try to do that if I can, but I can't on this one. So check them out. Future Forged grips. You'll find the link in the description if you're not on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, I can't put it in the description. I don't know why they're weird about that, but I will put it in the first comment and pin it to the top, and you can check them out for yourself. And then if you want them customized, investigate that with them. That's my understanding. I could be wrong, but my understanding is that they'll customize them for you, which is extraordinarily cool. And then if we see them at SHOT Show, if they're going to be there, I'll try to get by their group. I'll try to get by their booth so that you can see what they got going on new, if anything, if we can make it by there. SHOT Show is pretty big, and so you never know, but we will do the best that we can. So there you are, Future Forged. Terrific grips, terrific grip options for your AR. I really, really like them. I suspect that you will too. Check them out. Now, if you wouldn't mind, also check us out on these platforms here, because we do duplicate the channel on all of those platforms. Every once in a while, YouTube deletes a video for one reason or another, and it never makes any sense to me. They just recently deleted one that made no sense. I'll put the link to that one in the description if you like. But every once in a while they do, and we always have those on these other platforms. So if for some reason something happens on YouTube where a video goes away, you're going to be able to find it on one of these other platforms. Or if the whole channel goes away, you'll find it in its entirety on these other platforms. So I do encourage you to check them out. And also, if you get a chance, check out the GunGuyTV Firearms Podcast. We have some great interviews scheduled on the Firearms Podcast for SHOT Show. I'm hoping they all come to fruition. We should have the California Rifle and Pistol Association there, Gun Owners of California. We may have somebody from Gun Owners of America. We're working on that. We'll have some folks from Nikon, some folks from CMMG. The gentleman from Triumph Systems makes an outstanding turning target system. I'm going back and forth with them. They would like to be on the podcast to come, so we're trying to schedule it. So we'll have some great interviews there. And those will all be on the GunGuyTV Firearms Podcast, which you can find on your favorite podcast player. Check it out. Thanks again for all of your time and for your great support. I really do appreciate it. Have a happy New Year, and please be safe.